Intelligence is often treated as protection. There is a quiet assumption built into how people think about smart individuals. If someone is intelligent, they must make good decisions. If they understand complex ideas, they must also understand themselves. Knowledge, in this view, becomes a shield against failure. Reality tells a very different story. Some of the most damaging decisions in history, business, relationships, and personal lives were made by highly intelligent people. Not because they lacked information, but because intelligence fundamentally changes how the brain handles risk, confidence, and uncertainty. This story is not meant to criticize intelligence. Intelligence is powerful. It builds systems, solves problems, and advances civilization. But like any powerful tool, it has weaknesses. Understanding those weaknesses is not an insult to intelligence. It is the beginning of using it responsibly. Overconfidence. When being right becomes a habit. One of the strongest predictors of poor decision-making is not ignorance. It is overconfidence. Intelligent people are more likely to trust their reasoning because it has served them well in the past. Success becomes evidence. Correct answers become reinforcement. The brain learns a dangerous lesson. If it worked before, it will work again. This creates an illusion of control. Confidence begins to exceed information. The mind assumes accuracy even in unfamiliar situations. Warnings are dismissed. Doubts are reinterpreted as distractions rather than signals. Intelligence does not eliminate bias. In many cases, it strengthens it. A sharp mind can defend flawed assumptions with impressive logic, making mistakes harder to detect and easier to justify. The curse of complex thinking. Highly intelligent minds see layers where others see simplicity. They recognize patterns, variables, and consequences quickly. This ability feels like an advantage, and often it is. But in decision-making, it can become a trap. When too many possibilities are considered at once, action slows. The brain generates scenarios, risks, and contingencies faster than it can resolve them. Uncertainty grows instead of shrinking. Simple solutions are dismissed as naive, even when they are accurate. Complexity feels intelligent. It feels thorough. But clarity creates movement. Many smart people fail not because they cannot think deeply, but because they struggle to stop thinking long enough to decide. Rationalization. When intelligence defends bad choices. Highly intelligent people are exceptional at explaining their decisions. Not because they are dishonest, but because they can construct convincing arguments for almost anything. This process is known as motivated reasoning. In motivated reasoning, the conclusion comes first. Logic is assembled afterward to support it. Once a decision feels intellectually sound, warning signs are reframed, minimized, or ignored. Contradictory evidence becomes something to explain away rather than examine. Intelligence becomes a tool for defense instead of discovery. The mind stops asking whether the decision is right and starts asking how it can be justified. Emotional blind spots in highly intelligent minds. Intelligence is often mistaken for emotional awareness, but the two are not the same. Smart people frequently trust logic more than emotion, believing emotions interfere with rational thinking. In reality, emotions carry critical information. Fear, stress, attachment, ego, and desire influence decisions long before logic enters the picture. When these emotional signals are ignored, the brain loses access to essential data. The decision may look rational on paper, but it is built on incomplete information. Unexamined emotions do not disappear. They operate silently, shaping choices behind the scenes. Even the strongest reasoning collapses when emotional blind spots are left unaddressed. Social pressure and the need to appear competent. Intelligence does not make someone immune to influence. In some cases, it increases vulnerability. Smart people often care deeply about how they are perceived. Their identity may be tied to competence, capability, and respect. This creates sensitivity to social pressure. Decisions become shaped not by reality, but by image. Admitting uncertainty feels dangerous. Changing one's mind feels like weakness. Protecting reputation begins to matter more than correcting course. The smarter the image, the harder it becomes to publicly acknowledge doubt. And when doubt is suppressed, errors multiply quietly. How success distorts risk perception. Success changes how the brain evaluates danger. When intelligent people succeed repeatedly, the mind absorbs the wrong lesson. It assumes success is stable rather than situational. Confidence grows faster than caution. This leads to risk escalation. Smarter individuals often take larger risks not because they are reckless, but because they trust their judgment deeply. Past wins become proof of future safety. Success builds confidence. Confidence reduces fear. Reduced fear removes restraint. What once felt risky now feels inevitable, until it fails. The illusion of objectivity. Many intelligent people believe they are objective. They trust their ability to weigh facts neutrally and evaluate evidence without distortion. But the human brain is never neutral. Bias operates beneath awareness. Preferences shape interpretation. Identity influences perception. Intelligence helps explain bias, defend bias, and articulate bias, but it does not remove it. Objectivity is not a personality trait. It is a discipline that requires constant effort, self-questioning, and humility. Without that discipline, intelligence simply makes bias more sophisticated. Why smart people struggle to change their minds. Changing a belief feels like admitting failure. For intelligent individuals, being right is often part of their identity. Reversing a decision threatens that identity and challenges self-concept. The smarter the person, the harder the mind works to defend past choices. Justifications multiply. Alternative explanations appear. Rigidity replaces curiosity. Growth does not come from certainty. Comes from flexibility. The ability to update beliefs in light of new information is not weakness. It is one of the highest forms of intelligence. Conclusion. Reflection over intellect. Intelligence is a powerful tool, but without awareness, it becomes a liability. Smart people do not fail because they think too little. They fail because they trust they're thinking too much. The solution is not less intelligence. It is humility, emotional awareness, and deliberate slowing down. The most reliable decisions are not made by the smartest minds in the room,